go now to Chriselda Lewis. She's with the ANC campaign trail. Chriselda, very good afternoon to you. This is a big deal for the ANC. So all the bigwigs out there today.
Well, that's right, Natasha. Certainly the ANC digging in its heels as it's bringing in the big guns to ensure that it's able to canvass a vote before Wednesday's by-election. The ANC's Provincial Executive Committee members have already arrived here at Ward 12, and what we're expecting a bit later on is members of the ANC's National Executive Committee, including Malisi Kikaba, as well as Nomvula Mokonyane and others who are expected to also come to this area and canvass support for Wednesday's by-election. Just to rewind and give the viewer a bit of a sense of how we got to this place, Natasha, of course you'd remember that during the local government elections, the ANC was unseated after there were a number of political parties, including the DA, the Freedom Front Plus and the Metsimaholo Community Association, as well as the Freedom Front Plus, who had formed a coalition, and then subsequently the mayor had become Selo Hlasa. But let's just chat a bit about what's expected to take place here at Ward 12 today. I'm joined by the Provincial Secretary of the ANC, of course, William Bulwane. Ndati Bulwane, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. First of all, the ANC, I see, has brought in all its big guns. You want Ward 12 and certainly want to take control of the Metsimaholo Municipality. What are the plans for today besides the door-to-door campaigns that we're expecting?
Thank you very much, Chriselda, and the viewers at home and those who are at work. The purpose that we are here as the African National Congress is to ensure that this ward, because it used to belong to us, the councillor resigned and stood with other parties, so we are contesting it so that it comes back to the African National Congress. That's why we are all here. We are in this section today, the Protema section. We are going to make it yellow, the whole section, and then in the afternoon also we are going to have smaller nyana door-to-doors, but in the afternoon mainly is smaller nyana meetings, street meetings, so that we cover almost everybody. This is the last campaign. We are doing it. This is the last day for the campaigns. So we are taking all our punches to ensure that we win this municipality back. We are backed by the regional executive committees here, branches of the ANC, councillors of the ANC in this particular locality. So we are not leaving any stone unturned to make sure that the African National Congress retain this ward.
But the gripe of the councillor who subsequently resigned was that he had made allegations that the leadership of the ANC was not listening to him and the demands of the people. How true is that? Have you gone on to investigate some of those gripes that were made by the councillor who subsequently resigned? The
councillor who resigned, I had a meeting with him and the convener of the PEC delegates to this particular region, Comrade Ngangelizo. We met with him, and then we agreed with him that he's not going to resign. He's not going to do anything until we come back from the rally that we had in Kwakwa on the 5th of November. But whilst we were in Kwakwa, we were told through the media that he has called the people in the stadium, in Zamdela Stadium, where he announced his resignations. So he resigned. We called him, and then he told us he has resigned. And then when the process has been unfolding, he went to the Secretary General saying that the people of Zamdela, particularly Ward 12, they want him to be a councillor again. And then we refused. He said, no, it's not only you. You are not the only member of the African National Congress. You can't be given an opportunity, you kick it, and then you want to come back. He went to the SG. The SG talked to me personally, and then he did talk to the chairperson of the ANC, Comrade Metsimaholo, personally, to say that we should listen to the comrades. I came on Monday. It was on Friday when we talked. When he was with the SG. On Monday, I came here to meet specifically with him, myself and my team, the comrades that were being appointed by the PEC, to talk to the comrades, to explain to the comrades the processes of the IEC, that the vacancy has been declared, also the timetable has been issued. Yes. So elections must happen. And then he said the people in his ward, they want to meet us under the tree. We said we are at the regional office in town. Let those 11 people you went with to Lituli House come to the... And then he refused. He said, no, many people are in the township. Go to the township. We are not guaranteed with our safety. We are not guaranteed who are going to meet, because we knew that there were 11 people who went to Secretary General that we wanted to meet and explain them these processes. So that's how we parted with the councillor, because we couldn't agree that he should come back as a councillor of the ANC after he has left. So when he said we are not listening, we have done almost everything in our power to make sure that we listen to the comrade, we talk to the comrade, but he decided to go. So we parted ways.
Well, that could prove to be a challenge for the African National Congress, given that he is now running as an independent candidate come Wednesday's by-election.
He's running as an independent, but the support that he used to have the African National Congress, those volunteers are here, the same from the same ward. So we don't have a problem with him as an individual when he has gone. And then it taught everybody a lesson that the ANC, everybody who gets into the ticket of the African National Congress, he or she must never ever think that at the end of the day, when the ANC is no more there, they will shine like they were shining when they were in the African National Congress.
There's also been a very dark story, I guess, that's being told here as we continue to cover the story. There are allegations that the African National Congress has been in talks with the Metsimaholo Community Association, trying to get some support from them. Is there any truth to these allegations? There's also allegations of bribery that have also surfaced in the run-up to this by-election.
We have never bribed anybody. And then anybody who says that we have bribed anybody, let that person bring a proof. And then if there is no proof that comes forward, we'll take that matter forward. We'll take another step ourselves. We'll go to the court of law to ensure that we sue everybody who said we have bribed anybody, whilst we didn't. So we have said, it's fine, let them bring evidence to say that we have bribed so and so, we have given so and so anything that anybody is saying we have given to him. Let me explain to you, before the coalition government that is governing Metsimaholo now, before that, in the previous, we had talks with the MCA precisely because we thought that ideologically we can agree on the thing, because Metsimaholo Civic Association is not a political party, it's an agglomeration of number of parties joined together, AZAPO, PAC, and some comrades from the ANC, residents in general. So they are not a political party. But we did went to them and try to meet with them and say, we want to work with you to govern this municipality. And then they have never shown any interest. We are still waiting. If they are showing any interest to come and work with us, our doors are still open. We will want to talk to anybody who wants to talk to us. We have tried, it couldn't work, but that door is still open.
Come Wednesday's by-election, just finally there, Mr. Bulwane, the ANC would need some kind of support if you want to take over the Metsimaholo Municipality. Do you think at all those talks, perhaps with the MCA, would still be open, or perhaps anybody else, perhaps amongst the other political parties, if the ANC wants to be somewhat successful in Wednesday's by-election?
I think there are two parties which are fixed that they will never work with us. Yes. Being the EFF and the DA. We have made peace with that, but there are smaller parties like your MCA that their door is still open. Even the Freedom Front Plus, if it wants to talk to us, our doors are still open. We want to talk to everybody who wants to work with us. We are ready to work with other people, because we realize that this municipality, we are not going to govern it alone unless we get somebody to work with us. Yes. And then we want to be a partner to anybody who wants to work with us. We are ready, and our doors are open for that particular opportunity.
Well, thank you very much for your time there. Certainly the Provincial Secretary of the ANC, William Bulwane, saying that the ANC is open to talks with some of the smaller political parties in order to govern the Metsimaholo Municipality. But what we're expecting to happen in the next few minutes is for these ANC members to go door to door, of course, to try and canvass support for Wednesday's by-election. And of course, not just listen to some of the challenges that they may be facing, but also talk about some of the successes brought by the ANC. Natasha, certainly this is one of the areas to watch. Wednesday's by-election will certainly be very closely watched by all media to see whether the ANC can gain back the Metsimaholo Municipality as well. But as my colleague Aldrin Sapir has already pointed out, quite a blow for the economic freedom fighters there, with the DA withdrawing that vote of no confidence vote.
Chriselda, thank you very much. We'll keep in touch with you, monitoring that very interesting story. Chriselda Lewis on the campaign trail with the ANC in the Free State.